That was a quite decisive game for a spade challenge I have done on my streaming channel. So it is at the point of ranking where we're starting to play against consistently quite good opponents, which is definitely something that influences how you should play. Okay, I bid third. These are the 3 cards that I'm bidding on. Already 2 things to notice here. 1 good and 1 bad. The bad one is my partner has bid 1. In first position. That can mean multiple things. It can mean he genuinely has 1 clear point in his hand and that's why he bid it. But it can also mean that he has one of those hands that don't really give a point, but that he can also not bid nil with. You know, you can have a perfect nil hand, but in one suit you have a jack and the 10 and nothing else. Then you can already not bid nil with. So him only bidding 1 gives me an impulse to bid more conservative than usual. On the other hand, I have 2 queens in suits of 3 and the queen in clubs usually be at least a third of a point if I play it right. And I have this beautiful ace and queen combination, which gives me a lot of chances to make 2 points out of them. So there the queen is already, I would count it as 40% of a point. So in total, I'm fine with my 3-bid here. Okay, so in total it's a 12-bid. That's one thing that you always have to do. Count all bids together and that decides how aggressive you should play in that hand. 12-bid is always very aggressive. You can already assume now with this bidding constellation, my partner maybe doesn't have many spades and the opponents can bid an extra point because they get more spades than usual. Partner plays 9. That's less important that it's the 9, but it's more important that it's the diamond. So you should always pay very close attention to what suit your partner is playing, because that's often his way to signal this is the suit where I can maybe cut in spades early or otherwise have strategic advantages. Rockwell plays his ace early. Interesting. I have talked about second hand low before. Him not playing second hand low might be an indicator that he has a lot of diamonds, but a lot of people also don't do second hand low to begin with, despite it being theoretically the most optimal for point maximization. Okay, he wins the point with the ace and plays a 10 afterwards. So this is of course the second thing you should pay attention to. And what suit does my enemy play? Because that is the suit that the enemy likes. But in this case he just plays to my partner's suit, which in generally is a good sign for me. Okay, interesting. So Play Smart is able to cut in spades now. Usually if the winner of a round is clear, someone has already played an ace and someone else plays a high card, that is usually an indicator that they may have a short suit, not many cards of that hand. In this case he played the 3 last round, so there was nothing really that could help us know that he had no more diamonds left. But fair play to him, he gets the point with the 2. And my partner probably has the king right, because if Rockwell had the king of diamonds, he would have played it. Play Smart is out of it, so yeah, my partner is probably sitting on the king of diamonds and didn't manage to get the point with it. Well, you shouldn't underlead your king normally. There's some leading conventions, but fair play. So Play Smart now starts with the hearts. And now I can also exemplify the beautiful traits where you should never lead an ace or queen from ace-queen. Because when you're last, you get a guaranteed extra point, pretty much. Rockwell takes his time here, so timing tells are definitely a thing in spades. But of course, if he has the king here in third position, then he's very hesitant to play it. At the same time, he also doesn't want to give us the point with the 10, right? And he ends up having the king. And yeah, as I mentioned, there the ace-queen comes into play beautifully. Now I can just eat the king, and I have now the boss card. There's a couple of things that you always have to track during a spades game. And one of them is, what is the highest card of each suit out there? That is very important to keep in mind, so that you never run into a situation where you don't know, is my queen good right now? And you end up wasting your highest card when someone else still has the king, for example. So in diamond I know the ace has been played, the king is still out there, and in hearts I know I have the highest card with the queen right now. Let's see what I lead here. I think in this position my hearts can wait, and the opponent has let it, so I don't want to risk getting cut with a suit that my opponent has signaled. Yeah, there's 2 options really. The club is not a bad lead, because I have the queen, and an underlead of the queen is actually a pretty good lead in spades. Yeah, I went with the 3 of clubs, so classic leading strategy. If I underlead the queen, my teammate could now play his king in third position. It could get eaten by the ace, but I still have the queen, so I don't risk costing my teammate the king point if I underlead the queen. I have cover. Teammate has the ace, that's perfect. We already have a point. I now don't have to be that afraid of making our points. I got a beautiful ace queen. Very high likelihood of a double point there. And my queen point here is also super safe, right? So I will make my 3 and my teammate has made his 1. So it's looking good for making our bid. Which on a 12-bit, if everyone bids rationally, you can always be a bit afraid of. Especially with my partner only bidding 1, right? My partner has paid attention. Yeah, he's just a thinking player. He plays to the suit I have played. I'm proud of him. My queen doesn't get the point though, of course. Ooh. And now opponent gets smart on the left side. This is exactly what they should do at this situation. He starts leading spades. It's a 12-bit. They have to be cautious as well. And they have bid higher. He has a lot of spades. That's what we can say almost with certainty. Especially after other people have already played the aces, right? So that's how you can tell, okay, he still needs 4 points. And if he has bid rationally, he will have a lot of points in the spade suit. And he wants to bleed us dry here. Because if my partner would get a spade cuts in and get more than 1 point, they would be in danger. So very good move by him. Yikes, yeah. My partner doesn't have any spade whatsoever. That's problematic. I have said before, if you don't have any spades, you have to adjust your normal bid by -1. And my partner might have done that. He has the king of diamonds, I think. So he has 2 points, but he adjusted it down and that's what saves us. Okay, so now they lose 2 spades to our 1. Let's see how he continues with it. Yeah, he keeps drawing spades. In principle, that is a good idea. Of course, now that he's only drawing spades from 1 opponent, it's a bit trickier to say whether that's right or not. Oh my god, okay. So now another important information is that Rockwell is already out of spades as well. So he only had 1 spade. So that means PlaySmart is absolutely loaded in spades. That's what we can already tell. And this is why I could of course bid my queen of spades. Because in any imaginable situation with 4 spades, there's usually not a case where they can kill my queen with their ace king. Because I have the buffer, you know? So the other spades make my queen point more safe. Okay, so I win my queen point here. You know, it would be really cool if I also had the 10, right? Then I could get 2 spades points. But he still has the 10. Somebody must have it, right? So I won't win my 9 point most likely. Yeah, interesting that I play my queen here. I wasn't sure, rewatching it, what I would have played. But there's arguments for or against any of the suits. I guess in diamonds, because I know my partner has the king of diamonds. Maybe I'm trying to save the diamonds until I know that PlaySmart is out of spades. Let's see what happens with my queen. Yeah, see. Exactly what I thought. He led the hearts. That's why it's so important to pay attention to those things. And he can cut in now. So this is the time where it could get a bit problematic for us. Subtracting a point from your bidding. If your partner only bids 1, it does make sense. You see here, the heart suit is dead way earlier than we had thought. And let's see if we manage to save it. I mean, we still have the king of diamonds. We still have the 9 of spades. And he is lowering his spade count. And then we can make our regular points again. Oh, he plays the 10. I like how he plays. It is an unintuitive distribution of where the spades lie, you know? It's rare that someone just wakes up with 8 spades in their hand. Even with the 1 and 2 bit ahead of me, I haven't quite seen that distribution coming. Which is why we're struggling right now. So I consulted Steve Fleischman's section on bidding, where I originally got my bidding information from. And he says, in general, you should bid conservatively when your partner only bids 1. But in this specific situation, with them bidding so low, it is exactly what I should have seen coming. That he has all the spades. And I would likely not be able to make my second spade point due to spade length not being a factor. Because usually I would win 2 points with my spade suit, right? That being said, I still had the 9 as well. So he had to have exactly the ace, king, jack and the 10 in order to get me into trouble with the spade suit. But okay, let's see how it goes. Yeah. It all goes back to him bidding 1. My partner's now taking a hard look in the mirror. He knows the last suit that will be played will not be a diamond because the opponent in the lead is out of diamonds. He's also out of hearts. Let's just hope my partner has the jack of clubs left, which is the highest club left. Yeah. That's why I like this game. My partner is good. Even though the king is his highest card. He knows that the opponent is out of diamonds, so thank you for bailing me out. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, my partner has paid attention. Was an unusual round. I hope I could exemplify some points. Let's see if I won this game. Check for the next time. Maybe I will make this a series. Like and subscribe for more Spades content like this. I hope you learned something.